Hello, Lesbswaggers. It is Sunday, and I'm your Sunday girl, Gabby. I hope you all are having a fabulous, fabulous, fabulous week, or beginning of the week, since I always say something about how Sunday's the beginning of the week. How I'm so glad that you guys see me in the beginning. Anyway, this week's topic is when we first realized that we liked girls. My entire life I've had a really, really good self-judgment, if that makes sense. Like, my parents would have parties where they invite their friends over, would have family friends over, and it'd be like 9 o'clock and I'd be tired and I'd be like, going to bed, guys, good night, see you tomorrow morning. And I've always known myself pretty well. So I think 4th grade, there was this girl who moved in down the street who I thought was really interesting. She was a dancer, and dancers have always been some sort of interest to me, I guess. We became pretty good friends, but she wasn't very interested in me for not really obvious reasons. She just wasn't really interested in me. And I was in 4th grade, and I wanted to be her best friend, and I wanted to hang out with her and have sleepovers with her every weekend. But in reality, we only had sleepovers once every 2 months. That friendship lasted until 6th grade, and then 6th grade was my hell year. 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade were Gabby's the meanest girl in the world, don't talk to her. I was a bitch. My mom tells me now, she's like, I'm so glad you went to high school because you were such a bitch in middle school. And I was like, thanks, Mom. Nice. Anyway, so after that girl, we'll call her Al. Let's call her Al. Because I don't want to. If she ever saw this video, she knew it was her because she's the only 4th grader who lived right down my street. Anyway, so Al was really good friends with this other girl. We'll name her Kyle. Kyle, the girl, will totally know this is her if she sees this too, but whatever. I don't really care. I don't really talk to either of them anymore. Anyway, 7th grade, end of 7th grade, beginning of 8th grade, I became pretty good friends with Kyle. After I was friends with Al. And Kyle dances too. Apparently, I really wanted to be friends with dancers. And my 2 really, really good friends, Maddie and Devin, who I've talked about before, they got so mad at me. They're like, you keep on blowing me off for Kyle. I'm like, I know. And I cared, but I didn't care because I really, really wanted to be with Kyle because Kyle was really attractive, and I didn't really think much about I didn't think why I wanted to hang out with her. It was just that I wanted to be best friends with her. I wanted to hang out with her. I wanted to go do stuff with her, you know what I mean? Not stuff, but bowling or whatever. Actually, I don't even think we ever went bowling. Anyway, so that happened, and I was in the show. I was in 8th grade. And there's this guy. We'll call him Brayden. His real name's not Brayden, but he's never going to watch this. Anyway, his name was Brandon, real life. Name's Brandon. And he kept on flirting with me, and I was like, okay. So I told Kyle about Brandon flirting with me. And she was like, you should totally go for it. And I was like, this is the best way to get Kyle's attention. I'm going to go for it. And Brandon and I went out for 2 weeks. And the first week was pretty good. And then he started touching me, tried to kiss me a few times. He actually did kiss me a few times. It was pretty gross. And then I broke up with him, and Kyle was like, why'd you break up with him? And I was like, I just didn't like him anymore, you know? Well, I sat back one day, and I was like, it's pretty screwed up that I went out with a guy to impress a girl. And then I thought about it for a really long time. I was like, oh my god, I'm gay. I know it. I've got to be gay. That's pretty much how I found out I liked girls. My advice to you, I know this is an advice channel, so I don't want to talk about myself for a really, it's 6 minutes, it's a long time. But my advice to you, if you think you like girls, then really think about why. Go into your mind and think about why you're doing whatever you're doing or thinking whatever you're doing. Like, are you thinking about this girl because you want to be like her, or do you want to? Are you thinking about this girl because you want to be with her? Because it's two different things. Like, Portia de Rossi in an interview was talking about how when she realized she was gay, it was because she wanted to have relationships with girls that most people have with guys. You know what I mean? Like, she wanted to get married to a girl and whatever like that. And in 4th grade and 6th grade and 8th grade, I wasn't thinking about getting married at all. At all. And I'm still not really thinking about getting married. I mean, it's the back of my mind. Like, that fairy tale is still in the back of my mind, like every other girl in the world. But, like, 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade, you know what I mean? It's like, it was who I wanted to be with, who I wanted to spend my time with, who I cared about. I never really cared about most guys. The only guys I really cared about ever were in my family. Unless, like, 9th grade and 10th grade, I started making guy friends, and it was, like, the weirdest thing ever. Because I had never had guy friends in my life. Like, I didn't have the patience for guys. What do you find attractive? Because I don't know how to explain this. Like, let's just go with that. What do you find attractive in a girl? Or in a guy? If you make a list of what I find attractive in a girl, what I find attractive in a guy, and guys list is like this long, girls list is like like really big, then obviously you like girls. But if if you make a list and your girl list is like this big and your guy list is like this big, probably like guys. But there's always bi, there's always pansexual, there's like a bunch of different, you can't just be like, it's not just straight or gay. There's straight, there's gay, there's bisexual, pansexual's in there, asexual's in there, except, you know what I mean? Queer, which is sort of like an umbrella term. Anyway, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of the week. Talk to me if you want to talk. If not, mwah.